This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
He said this as we were coming on TV.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Erica, what day is it?
It's Friday.
Yeah, June 28th, we are live and we're talking about what you're talking about. Of course, I'm here with Erica and Al. I'm Jeff. Brandon London has a night off. Good for him.
Yeah.
Let's get to it, guys. Tonight marks a very important day for the LGBTQ community. It's the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots in New York City. That uprising in 1969 galvanized the gay rights movement. It started with a police raid at the Stonewall Inn, a well-known gay bar at the time. Today, the community and supporters are celebrating, but of course, the fight isn't over. Actor and singer Billy Porter posted this photo at a celebration in New York City last night, saying, "Look how far we've come." June is Pride Month and World Pride festivities have kicked off in NYC. Organizers expect millions of people to be there, including celebrities like Madonna, who is scheduled to perform this weekend. And we have to give a big DBL shout out to a friend of our show and Queer Eye star Karamo Brown.
My man.
He posed with Laverne Cox celebrating World Pride Month. There you go, buddy.
Look, I have issues with Karamo because I feel like he's living the greatest life of all time.
He is.
I've gone between him and Steph Curry's dad because Steph Curry, his dad is married to a gorgeous woman. Both his kids are in the NBA, and he played 14 seasons. I'm like, is he living the best life? I think Karamo Brown is edging him out, Erica.
Karamo had Team Karamo on Celebrity Family Feud, okay? And Karamo is everywhere.
He is.
We have to take a step and just talk about Karamo for a second. I was jealous when Karamo was on Watch What Happens Live. I was like, okay, Karamo, I'm officially jealous of you. But then when he was on Celebrity Family Feud, I was like, dude, just share. Share a little bit of it. No, seriously, we really love you. But I really want to talk about, obviously, he's celebrating World Pride Day, as are so many icons in the LGBTQ community and beyond. And I think it's so important that we talk about these messages of inclusivity and acceptance and the idea that so much has changed in the past decade, but there's so much work to be done. Until we stop having transgender people killed in the middle of the streets and no one is doing anything about it, until we have homophobia and horrific hate crimes on LGBTQ members, then there's going to be more work to do. So it's a part of our lifetime.
Right.
We can absolutely help, and I think that anyone who is willing and able absolutely should.
Yeah, and I think we're doing, like I said, I think we've come a long, long way, but like you said, we have still a ways to go. But great day, great celebration, great month.
That's right.
All right, guys. Social media is buzzing about a photo of actress Kristen Bell with a handsome male friend after a workout.
Is it me? Is that me,
No.
Maybe, Al. I don't know. Maybe in the future. But she's married to someone else, Al, so don't worry. Actor Dax Shepard. Their marriage has been celebrated as couple goals by many, but some fans are drawing the line here. Is this weird holding hands with someone other than your partner?
I don't think so at all, Jeff.
Get your hand off me. What's wrong with you? Yes, it's weird.
It's a little-
Erica,
It's
you're
weird.
my sister.
I don't
is this
hold
weird?
hands with my sister or my brother either. You want to know
I'm
why?
your brother.
Because I'm an adult. Like,
Okay, so honestly, did you feel a little weird right there holding her
A
hand?
little bit.
See? It's a little weird.
It is.
First of all, I
It's
think
very
Anthony
weird.
could beat me up. And also, honestly, it's an intimate thing. It's a thing that doesn't mean anything, but it kind of does.
It means everything. Okay, if all the choices that you could make in that moment, the decision to hold some person's hand and it's not your significant other, that was your decision. To me, I hold hands as a sign of affection, and that affection is very real because I'm not a touchy person. Like, I'm not a hand-holding person. So when I do that with my husband, it's my way of letting him know that I'm acknowledging him non-verbally. But when someone just decides to just hold my hand,
Like I
that's,
did.
well, no, I mean, you were joking. But I think there's a couple appropriate times that could happen. If, let's say, one of you were like helping me like up the stairs because I was wearing a dress, or like out the car, something like that. But that's not hand holding. That's like a chivalrous assist.
Right,
So
like helping you out of a crowd. Let's go,
Right.
Erica. I'm gonna hold your hand because we need to get out of there. That's okay. Across the street, when everyone's okay, I don't know if I'm okay with
I don't know
that.
if I'm cool with your 1850s situations that you guys are setting up. Like, if you throw a jacket over a mud puddle, listen, like, hold your
I
hands.
said a crowd.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are going a little
If
old
we were
school
at
with
a
it.
Bieber concert.
It's not old school. It's called chivalry. And I don't know what you're talking about, Al. You're one of the most chivalrous people I know.
I am,
so you
my
do it
lady. I'm
all
from the
time.
Midwest. I'm an old black dude. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, so don't act like it's not a thing. It's definitely a thing.
When you help her out of the horse and carriage.
That's right.
With my petticoat, because it's so heavy.
All right, guys. Dean McDermott. Hey, I just got in my ear. Rush is back. Hey, what's up, buddy? Then we're going to move on. Dean McDermott has had enough of online trolls body shaming his and Tori Spelling's 12-year-old son on McDermott's podcast that's called Daddy Issues. The actor said his son asked if he was obese after reading online comments. Here's how McDermott handled that tough question.
They were getting bullied on social media. Liam picked it up, and that's when I really went ballistic. He said, Dad, am I obese? I said, look, buddy, there are some sick people in the world. There are some sick people in the world, and they need to do stuff like this. They need to say bad things about people.
And this is not the first time the family has defended their kids. Tori blasted haters back in January after posting this to Instagram saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Jeff, without even looking at your other co-host, I'm going to say this without prepping her at all. Erica, if you ain't got no haters, what?
You ain't popping.
There it is. There it is. I would tell my son, look, you're a popular young dude. People are going to come at you. This is what you should expect. So that's fine.
I know, but sometimes we
sucks,
do, like, I don't want to get too far down this rabbit hole, you know what I mean? But there does need to be some kind of regulations on social media. Nobody should be attacking a 12-year-old kid, nor should they have the means to attack a 12-year-old child. Like, enough is enough with some of these social media trolls.
I understand with the regulation, but people are going to say, like, well, if you regulate that, then, like, my political speech might be...
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I understand what you're saying. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. You have to remember that if you have, it's like what my dad would always say, stop trying to make sense out of nonsense.
No. Do Roosevelt. I don't want to hear you. I want to hear Roosevelt.
Stop trying to make sense out of nonsense. You know it. You know they stupid. Why are you trying to make sense out of it?
See,
they're stupid.
That makes me feel better in your dad's
Yes. It's calming. It's like chamomile tea to a black man.
It is. But you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, because here's the thing. You kind of have to care about or give people, acknowledge what people are saying as much as you are willing to acknowledge them. And some people are... actually, this is really interesting timing that this story came out, because remember the guy who ran over the young woman on Charlottesville?
Yes, of course.
One of the things that, when it just came down that he was sentenced to life in prison, and he was talking about, or his lawyer said, basically, he found out very quickly that by saying inflammatory things that he would get far more attention on Twitter, and that's how he connected with the group of people that he connected with, because the more inflammatory the things were, the more attention that he got. And not saying that every person who fits into that category is attention seeking, but I think it's a fundamental human thing to want to be acknowledged.
Right.
And some people will get that acknowledgement from however they can. So being negative is getting that acknowledgement, and that's the reason why I don't even act like it exists.
You're right. It's hard to separate the two. Even for me as a grown man, it's hard to separate the two. For a 12-year-old child, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, no.
I can't even imagine.
You know what bothers
terrible.
me about this whole thing, and I know we joke around a lot about on excess, but the algorithms are set up for people that send negative things out to get more interest. They show up on more people's feeds. What if it was positivity? Where would we be right now? Where would we be right now?
That's what Ellen chooses
Where would we be
for.
right now, Jeff?
Solving world problems.
Right.
Solving world problems. If
young people,
if the whole world got together with positivity and tried to solve the problems of negative, we'd be obviously in a much better place.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious.
Well,
I do like the combo, though, and I like your positivity, Al. All right. Social media can't get enough, speaking of
me?
No.
of Al. Some unusual outfits at the premiere of the new Spider-Man movie, Al. We're going to get up to Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Internet detectives are trying to figure out if the stars from Spider-Man Far From Home are pranking us with some famous 90s fashion. Take a look at Jake Gyllenhaal and Tom Holland on the red carpet. Blue and maroon suits, t-shirts paired with a simple chain. This looks very, very similar to the Saturday Night Live characters that inspired A Night at the Roxbury, played by Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan. So DBL Nation, what do you think? Was this planned or an accidental fashion tribute?
I think it was a fashion tribute, if you're asking me.
You know, I think, Jeff, I think this is going to spawn a dance-off between me and Erica. Watch the other shows.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm coming for you,
another
Kyle.
time.
That's for- we don't
for
have
I'm
another
coming for
time.
you, Erica. They keep telling us to move on. I'll see you in 2 weeks, buddy. Come on, Erica. I'm right here.
So am I.
all right. There's a dance-off going on. It's a little bit under the table right now, but it's happening in 2 weeks, just so you guys know. But we're going to move on to this last story. It's almost a weekend, so that means, Erica, what?
It's New Music Friday.
Let's start with Chris Brown. He has a new album out called Indigo. Let's listen to Don't Check on Me, featuring, oh, my boy, Justin Bieber. All right, don't judge it just by those 5 seconds. Next up is Ed Sheeran.
I think I'm going to. That song stunk. Wow.
Well, how
I
about
should be
this
around a fire pit with a ukulele.
All right, take it easy on
Stunk.
JB.
Sorry.
Next up is Ed Sheeran. Al, I'm sure you're going to like this one much more. He has another single out called Beautiful People. Let's listen. That was a good one, Al.
Hated it.
What if it was about you?
Because it's the business guy looking at the nerd girl doing Sudoku, like that makes her smart.
What if it was about you, though?
Get out of here. It's a lime green Ferrari and a Hummer. That's like the epitome of, can we say douche on the show?
No, you can't. But I do have to say
Oh, you just
about
got
the
bleeped.
I got
Chris Brown.
bleeped.
You got
My first time ever in my career.
This isn't shocking. So the Chris Brown and Justin Bieber song, this makes so much sense now, because a couple weeks ago, Justin Bieber sent out this tweet about Chris Brown singing his praises.
I saw that.
And people
I don't
were
follow
like,
Justin Bieber.
What? And people were like, what are you doing? Do you not remember?
I know.
You know, why are you aligning yourself with this guy who's had so many troubles? And now it makes sense that they've been in the studio together making music, and he wants people to forget about his past. I mean, not that Chris Brown hasn't had a tremendous amount of success since.
Right. That aside, of course, all that aside, he said it was one of the most talented people he ever worked with.
And to be honest, Chris Brown is very talented, but we always have the conversation, can we separate the artist from the art?
It's a good question.
Up to the people. All right, guys. And we saved the best for last. Some Whitney Houston on what, Erica?
Friday!
Let's listen.
Erica.
Hey, Whitney's my girl. Eventually,
Erica,
I want
that
my hair to be
stunk.
reincarnated as Whitney
Erica,
from the
you're not
80s.
gonna
I'm
listen to
trying
that
to get
song
there
ever.
right now. What?
Are you going to listen to that song? Look at, no.
I love
Look at me. Look at
Whitney.
me. Are you going to listen to that song?
Yes, I will.
No.
I just did.
No, you don't look me in the eyes.
Al, I'm going to listen to the song.
And you're going to have a dance-off. We'll be right back with more DBL.
Welcome to Hidden City.
Welcome back to the DBL Stream Team, where we talk all things streaming on Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. And this week, we got the chance to see Always Be My Maybe, starring Ali Wong and Randall Park, about a couple that were separated at childhood and come back together 15 years later to seal the deal. And Kelly,
This is the
what a
ultimate
movie.
rom-com. Leo doesn't even like
You know,
rom-coms.
I
Leo,
don't.
tell him
And
you liked
I
it,
love
didn't
this
you?
one. Not to mention Keanu Reeves appears in
Making
it.
that
I
little
mean,
appearance.
yeah. But what I really like about this one is we follow them in a couple different stages. We follow them
I
when
like
they're
that
kids.
too.
We follow them when they're teenagers, and then once again as adults to provide a great amount of context that you usually don't get in rom-coms. You
Yep.
usually just start right into it.
We actually have a celebrity endorsement on this one. Mariah Carey is speaking out about it because her song "Always Be My Baby"
Yep.
plays at the end.
It's
obviously,
perfect for the
obviously it's
movie.
a play on words of that. But I just love this movie. I love Randall Park. I think he's
Yeah.
always so funny. He comes off on screen as really humble and kind, and so does Ali Wong. She's just hilarious.
And you know what? Speaking of Always Be My Baby, the whole soundtrack for this is awesome. I mean, they've got great hip hop songs.
Yep.
Randall Park plays a hip hop artist in it, so there's all these great jams, and even the original songs are awesome too.
Yep, good stuff.
Yes, but also this week we're also watching Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch.
I don't know the
That's
theme
the
that
way
well.
we
Okay, so you got it, you got it. I don't know the theme that well, but this is streaming on both Hulu and CBS All Access. But Kelly, I'll be honest, I can probably remember
Leo.
1 or 2 episodes, but not that
Let
much
me ask, do you remember
beyond
this?
that.
Marsha.
Yeah, I remember
Of course,
that.
everyone
I feel like
remembers
that's
that.
the signature line.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, catch this one on Hulu or CBS All Access. And then coming up this week on Netflix, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my goodness, guys, it's probably the best Spider-Man film so far. But what's great about this one is it brings different Spider people from all kinds of different universes, but it makes it easy, digestible, and a great family movie to include the whole
Even for
family.
people who aren't huge Marvel fans,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So even if you don't really know Marvel, it really
It's
lets
still
you
great.
know. Yeah, it really gets you immersed into the world of Spider-Man. But guys, that's all we have for this time on the Stream Team. We'll see you next time.
Cousin Oliver.
Welcome back to DBL. Emma Greenwell and Olivia Munn star in a new supernatural spy series called The Rook. The action-packed show follows a woman who wakes up with amnesia only to find out she's a high-ranking spy with superpowers. DBL co-host Tori Shulman sat down with gorgeous Olivia and Emma ahead of the Sunday premiere. Take a look.
Oh, God, you guys are so hot. I'm nervous. Okay. Hi, guys. I've been staring at you for 5 minutes. All right, here we go. I'm sorry to waste your time. Emma, Olivia, welcome to Daily Blast Live. First things first, let's talk dogs. Now, Olivia, you have 2 dogs, Sir Chance-a-Lot and Frankie. But Sir Chance-a-Lot has 35,000 followers. So do you have a game plan for a chance to overtake Selena Gomez's 152 million followers?
We were talking about this yesterday. Right, he's an influencer for sure. But he's also bringing attention to shelter dogs. Like, yes, that's with the Shelter Pet Project, because both Chance and Frankie are rescues. Also Stella's a rescue as well.
Yes, Stella.
And so we did this great campaign for the Humane Society and Maddie's Fund to get people to rescue from the shelter more. They went from the shelter in the streets to just billboards around the country and in Times Square. It's just the cutest thing.
Well, now onto the show, The Rook. Can I tell you a secret?
Hello? Someone is going to attack me and wipe my memory. If you're watching this, it's already too late.
I've noticed a trend, ladies, in Hollywood about action spy thrillers. All the main characters are turning out to be women lately. I think women make way better spies. We're more intuitive. Tell me what you guys think about women making better spies than the fellas.
Right before we shot The Rook, I had done another show where I played a CIA operative, and I had learned from all of my conversations with ex-CIA people that the women were most likely the better snipers within the CIA, and they're just a better shot. And also they were just better because they could be more inconspicuous. They were more intuitive. They could understand both men and women so much better than just just their own sex.
I don't think this women having lead characters in these spy dramas is a trend. I think it's here to stay.
Emma, you are known for playing these gritty, little rough around the edges characters. Is your The Rook character the same? And do people have totally misconceived ideas about you because you play these characters so often?
My friends were like, when they met, they're like, I was thrown off because I just know her from Shameless.
Yeah,
and you were so different.
Right. My poor mother, she's like, I don't understand. You went to an all-girls Catholic boarding school.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, it's acting.
It's much easier to play things that are farther from yourself.
Yeah, well, I used to say, I guess in America, I just look like a drug addict.
Yeah, there you go.
It's fine.
Well, real quick, Olivia, you play Psylocke in X-Men. You can move things with your mind. Your new character, Monica, is super strength. Real quick, who has the better power?
Psylocke. I mean, you can create anything with your mind.
It's true. Emma, Olivia, thank you so much for talking to us. The Rook premieres June 30th on Starz. Thanks again. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Great interview, Tor. We'll be right back.
It's
Hi, DBL Nation. It's Raquel here, and I'm with Leo, who is a huge Marvel fan.
You know it.
And this is our review of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ooh, what a movie.
I think it's going to be a family blockbuster this summer.
Easily.
We're calling it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's got great energy. Like, this feels like a high school field trip movie with a splash of superhero in it. Like, we get a really good focus on Peter Parker's teenage life. Him and MJ have a great relationship together. Not to mention, Tom Holland and Zendaya, just awkward but in love. It's a great depiction of 16-year-old awkward love.
And it's exactly what you needed after Endgame, which was very sad. You had to bust out the tissues. You won't really be crying for this one. At least I didn't. And I'm pretty sensitive to these movies.
Yeah.
You can usually see me with a tear or two. But you'll actually it's gonna be a lot of laughs. You're gonna enjoy yourself. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I liked the most about it was Peter struggling Peter Parker, after the end of the Avengers. I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen Endgame, but pretty much, is he the new leader?
Yeah.
His mentor's gone, what's he going to do? He still wants to be a teenager, so it's that life balance too. And I think my favorite thing that Leo and I both enjoyed, I heard him screaming in the theater actually, there is a cameo from someone way back from the Spider-Man.
Yeah, from the first couple Spider-Man movies, guys. And we're not going to say who, we're not going to spoil, but it was a pleasure.
Tobey Maguire era.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, dial it back. And let me tell you, Jake Gyllenhaal, what a great Mysterio. Like, that was comic book accurate. It was great. He was such a great character, and he really hit the nail on the head. And then kind of going back to Endgame, we had this 10-year buildup of Endgame. Like, Avengers Endgame was...
Welcome back to DBL. Now, Avengers Endgame was released just 64 days ago, but apparently the game isn't over because tonight the film is being re-released with additional footage. I was lucky enough to sit down with the film's directors to ask questions on everyone's mind. Why? Check it out. Joe and Anthony Russo, welcome to DBL. Now, it was just 2 months ago we saw Avengers Endgame smash opening weekend box office records. What's added to the new movie that didn't make it in the original cut?
Well, a couple of things. We've got a deleted scene involving the Hulk. It's a scene that almost made it in the movie. It's a lot of fun, a scene we loved. Most importantly, what I'm most excited about is you're going to see the first 2 minutes from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Nothing wrong with a little mystery. Now, let's be real. The great Taylor Swift told us that haters are going to hate. Now, what do you say to critics that are just saying that you're just redoing this just to take down Avatar as the highest grossing film? What do you say to the haters?
As far as whether or not this movie overtakes Avatar, it's not something that we have a whole lot of stakes in. This sort of last push for the film was really about loving the theatrical experience of the movie. But this is the last chance for all of us as a community of fans to celebrate and experience the movie together in the theater.
What would you say to the fans that said, well, why didn't this stuff make the original cut?
It's a 3-hour movie, and at a certain point, you've got to be discerning about what footage actually needs to be in the movie. And frankly, there are scenes that get debated up until the last second.
And also, notably, Avengers Endgame did not have a post-credit scene as many fans have come to expect at the end of Marvel movies. And that was an intentional choice on our part because we were bringing this sort of epic saga to a conclusion. You now have something after the credits to look forward to.
Thank you so much for coming on DBL. Don't be a stranger. Come back for anything. We want to hear what's going on and what's coming up next from you guys. And anybody watching, remember, you can catch the re-release of Avengers Endgame in theaters this weekend. Joe and Anthony, you guys were amazing, and thank you for joining us on DBL.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Next time. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Hey Beauty Blast, it's Jeray for the Slay, and today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite red light beauty tips. Now, these aren't tips you should be doing at the red light. These are tips that we should be doing when we only have a little bit of time, but we really want a beautiful look. Now, you can do this for every day too. I know I sure do, but I love these for when I'm in a quick fix as well. So my first one I want to share with you guys today is going to be eyeshadow sticks. These are a makeup artist's dream. Now, the reason why we have eyeshadow sticks is for quick fixes for eye makeup. Who doesn't want a really cute eye look and not have to spend 1,000 hours, 1,000 minutes, whatever it is? You just don't want to spend that much time, right? I know I don't. So for that reason, we bring out eyeshadow sticks. Now you can get eyeshadow sticks for as cheap as NYX Cosmetics, which isn't that cheap. It's actually a really great line, but it's very affordable. These guys range from between $6 to $8, and then you can even spend a little bit more for an eyeshadow stick like from NARS Cosmetics, and these guys are gonna have a primer built in, so there's no extra work. With these guys, it's pretty simple. You take off the lid, you roll it on up, and you smudge it on your eye. For a quick fix, just press out with your finger and you're good to go. Now, if you're really got maybe a little extra 30 seconds or so, take your bronzer and brush it straight through your crease. This will give you an instant daytime look that's gonna be sure to make everyone stare and say, oh, hey girl, what's that? All right, guys, that's all for today. Until next time, keep slaying, queens. Have a good one.
Welcome back to DBL. We are out of time, but I want to wish a very happy birthday to my boy Al Jackson tomorrow. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
42. 40.